Okay, hey guys. So we talked about the little modified Tiger drill within short putts to get a good feel for it. So now we're going to step back and we're going to work on lag putting. So I kept the tees, shrunk them up a little bit, but I kept the tees in the same spot. They're about the width of a practice green flag. So now we're going to pace it off. So I like pacing them at different yardages. So I'll do usually 15 feet, 20 feet, all the way up to 30 feet, but I'll start kind of at 15 feet. Why? Because most of the time, uh, that's where we're going to putt from. So the proximity to the hole is a lot further away than you think. The average proximity of the hole is going to be on tour is like 20, 30 feet. So it's a ways. So being a good lag putter is really important, and it's really about speed. So again, this is tees is about the width of my putter. So it's a good 2, 3 feet. So when you think of putting from distance, you need to think in terms of this size, like if it's a barrel rather than just the hole. Because if you can get it within this barrel, then you got a good chance of two putting. Obviously, our name of the game is to avoid a three putt. So I'm going to step away. So we'll go. We'll do like 7 paces, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm about 7 paces away. So believe it or not, this is about 20 feet, right? Doesn't seem that far. So let's back it up. 1, 2, 3. So this is probably close to 24 feet. So I got 3 golf balls and I'm going to putt. So here's the thing. I'm not going to worry too much about alignment. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the green and I'm seeing the topography of the green, and I'm noticing that to this side is higher and then this side's lower, so everything's going to kind of break that way. So as I'm looking, I'm trying to get it in through the two tees on this side and have it kind of funnel in towards that. I always want to have it kind of funneling in on the high side rather than the low side. So this is all about speed. I want good rhythm. So tempo and rhythm creates speed. I putt with my shoulders, not my wrist and hands. So I really use the shoulders. Now with the longer putt, it's almost going to be like a little bit of a swing. So there may even be a little bit of turn with the hips to it, a little bit of twist with the hips just to get a nice smooth swing. And then I putt, and then I'm going to hold my finish. So it's a little bit outside. Other things I want to know is like what kind of grass is it? This is Poana, right? So it's a little, and right now we've had a lot of rain, so it's real healthy. So it's actually kind of sticky and grabby, right? I'm putting uphill, taking all those into consideration, right? I want to get in there tight. So try it again. Got a little break to it. That's a better. So you notice I'm not really lining it up. I'm just getting a feel for it, right? What is this length of swing? I'll do this for a tournament as well. I want to make sure I know lag putting. What's my speed? I want to make as many two putts as I can. 1 and 2 putts. That's my goal, right? Again, there it's a little bit short, right? A little bit uphill. So these are the little things that I do. I'll move around. So grab my tee and move around. And then what happens is after a little while on these long putts, then I'll kind of get into it and maybe I actually line it up. So then I'll take my golf balls, maybe just one. Again, I don't have a ton of time before a tournament, but when you're on the practice screen, you're practicing, you might have more time. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 feet. All right. Way over here on the side, you probably can't even see me. I'll come over here. You can kind of see me over here. Hey, how's it going? All right. So 18 feet. Believe it or not, 18 feet on the PGA Tour is a very low percentage. So, they're not, the guys you see on TV are making the putts are the ones that they're showing. They're not showing the guys that miss all the putts from this distance. So there's more people that miss this putt than make this putt. But what they do, they might be only 10, 15% from 18 to 20 feet. but their 3-point avoidance is, off the charts. Why? Because they're not trying to make it from there. If it falls in, so be it, right? They won't ever admit it, but yes, they would love to make it. At this point, at that level, they're trying to make it. But at our level, what we're trying to do is avoid a 3-putt. Okay, so I'm going to go through my routine like I normally do. Line it up. But what I'm doing, instead of actually getting too crazy, again, I'm just looking to see the break. It's going to curve this way. So I'm going to give myself, again, inside the leather. So I'm going to probably go halfway between the tee on this side and the flag. And again, just get speed to get it up there. There's a debate on ramming or diving it into the hole versus dying into the hole. From distance, I would always think of dying it towards the hole. You try to ram it in from this far and you miss, you're looking at a big comebacker. But if you work on your speed and you get it close, now it's a tap in, right? So easy putt, right? And you never know. You get a little bit comfortable with it, with these distances, and some of these might fall in. But you're for sure going to make sure you 2-putt. And for those guys that are shooting, trying to break, 100 or a 90s and shooting the 80s, or even the guys that are trying to, break 80 and shooting the 70s, 3-putt avoidance is huge. So again, I'm just trying to play a little bit above the hole with good speed. Got a little bit better speed. Oh, and we got a little touchdown. So this is another good practice drill. Putting tees down. Now, as you get more comfortable and you get a little bit more better at it, you can move the tees in and maybe do half. But understand that the idea is 10%. Think of 10%. If I'm putting from 20 feet, I'm trying to get in with 10% within the hole. So that means I want to get within 2 feet, right? 20 feet, 2 feet. That's kind of what good players always look at. If you're like a bogey golfer, say 15% or maybe 20%. So from 20 feet, maybe you're looking at 3 feet or 4 feet, which, believe it or not, that's probably about 3 feet. So it's not that far. And if you're practicing 3-footers all the time, that's a great rule of thumb. So if you're from 40 feet away, if I'm on the other side of the green, that's a good 15 yards. So what is that? That's 150 feet. So if I can get it within 15 feet, it's a good putt. So understand that. We'll talk about later about, where to hit it on the greens and course management that way. But when you're practicing, this is a good rule of thumb. Okay? Hope that helps. Again, we'll be sending out more videos. So take care and happy golfing.